What's happening, DMV? What's happening? What's happening? You're now tuned in to Consider This Radio. Yeah. With my girl Misunderstood. Let's turn up. Brought to you by way of me. Oh, Mr. I'm So Official himself. You know. Jerks. OBC Entertainment, man. We out here. OBC. Hit me up on Twitter at OBC Jersey, baby. I'm working. I follow back too. Let's get into it. I'm so official. Let's go. I'm so official. Yeah. I'm so official. I'm so official. Yeah. That's my DJ. Yeah. Consider this 3 o'clock. She on the radio, spinning nothing but them hits. Call the line, get your request in. She play it if it's poppin'. It ain't just about the music, though. She keeps some hot topics. Told me, Jersey, I need a drop. I said it's on the way. I got you, hottest DJ in the land. You won't find that hotter. Time to rap it for the free. Get at her, she open doors. Consider this on Twitter or considerthis.org. Long as you ain't hating, tune in and turn it up. I promise it's so official, you might never get enough. No DJ is doing it bigger. Shout out to Ross and Jigger. It's time to start the show. You've been officially considered.
Misunderstood, you know she got it. Misunderstood, you know she got it. Sex chick, you know she bout it. Misunderstood, you know she got it. Misunderstood, you know she got it. Misunderstood, you know she got it. Sex chick, you know she bout it. You know she bout it. You know she got it.
You're tuned into Consider This.
Yes, you are tuned in to Consider This only on RadioOnFire.com. And again, if you would like to advertise or sponsor any of the shows on RadioOnFire.com, then all you have to do is log on again to RadioOnFire.com. So right now we're going to get into some of our hot topics, one of which has been a very heated debate here inside of the facility. And we're going to start it off with Mr. Apollo Nita. Now, for those of you that have never been interested in learning his name, that is Phaedra's husband, Kenya Moore's side. What is a man called? Side piece? Or are they still side? Can't be a side chick, right?
No, I think she's the side something, right?
Okay, so his side chick was Kenya.
Yeah.
His bae, if that's what you want to call it, was Phaedra. And he's going to jail for 8 years.
That's sad.
Now, Fro Real would like to tell you how Phaedra and Apollo met.
Okay, so first of all, the story is they met on the highway. Phaedra was in the car with her mom. I guess they were traveling on 85 or something. And she looked over and saw this guy in a very nice car, and she said, "Oh, mama, he's so cute." And her mother was like, "Don't talk to him." And apparently he got off at her exit. And this is online. And they pulled over, exchanged numbers, and it was love at first sight. Now, okay then. So I just, that's how they said they met. It was a car chase, and they got connected that way. And mama was in the car the whole time.
Okay, if you say so.
Well, that's what they say. That's what they say now.
If they say so.
That's what
now,
they say.
Apollo was in jail prior to this, I believe 6 years, for some white collar crime.
Yes.
Now he's going to jail for 8 years.
That's a long time.
A very long time. Do you think Phaedra should wait?
Absolutely not.
She shouldn't stand by her man?
No.
And why is that?
Listen, okay, so Phaedra being a lawyer and, having all these businesses and so forth, she is representative of her community. And although that is her husband, she had to be aware at one point or another that he had a criminal past. She did find that out because she admitted that on the show. And then we turn around and he's now doing other things after the marriage while they have children. That's unforgivable in itself. The dude is not mature. He was not ready for marriage. She saw him. She cleaned him up. She got him all nice and shiny. She cleaned his image up to her expectations. And she showcased him. He was not the dude to trust. And she probably didn't, the article doesn't say how long they were together before they got married, but it probably wasn't long, and I don't think it was. And she didn't put her big lady underwear on when it came to selecting the dude that she was going to ultimately, quote unquote, spend her life with, because it didn't even end up like that.
Now, I have an issue with this, okay, because everybody's beating Apollo up.
Okay, then.
His reasoning behind doing this crime was to keep up with her lifestyle. So he only did what he knew how to do best, which was a white collar crime. So can you blame the man for feeling less of a man and trying to keep up with his woman?
First of all, you're not a boyfriend. Okay, trying to keep up with a lady that you're acquainted with when you're a boyfriend makes sense. But you can't be in competition with your wife when you join a household.
But that's not competition when a man technically should be ahead of the household. So it's not competition. He's doing what he feels as though a man is supposed to, and that's what he knows best. He doesn't know the funeral home. He didn't want to work in a funeral home. So why are people beating him up? Because that's what he knows.
Well, I don't think anybody's beating him up. I think what we're saying as a public is, really, dude, you had it all. You're involved in a relationship where your financial stability has been outlined for you. You signed on for that. And if his manlyhood or manliness was a threat to him or her, then you can't marry anybody yet until you get that resolved. He went into that marriage insecure.
True.
And she went into the marriage trying to change who he was.
Which is still insecure.
Yeah, he had prison mentality. He had a lot of growing to do. And he needed to, they say that Apollo spent a lot of time in strip bars. Did you hear about that? Mm-hmm. So he spent a lot of time out there, flexing his muscles and kind of wanting to be single. Dude was locked up
for so long.
Yes. And
how do you expect him to be that
exactly
way? Well, apparently the jump off has something to say. So Kenya took to the new publicist of the world, which is Twitter, and she said you can't kick someone down while they are already down, even if they fail trying to trip you. Offer them a hand instead. Kill them with kindness. And then lately, after tweeting, she said, I honestly don't have an opinion either way. But she just responded. So her publicist isn't quite working for her. But was it her place to say anything?
Absolutely not. She's asking for a black eye because Phaedra is going to black her eye.
Well, I think if Phaedra was about that life, she should have had a black eye. But I also believe that they brought Kenya into their bedroom.
Yes, they... Ooh, wait a second.
Turnover for what? Okay,
turnover.
I'm trying to say.
That's an interesting perspective. Wow.
Because if you got to think about it, why did Phaedra go out of her way to be so kind to Kenya? Phaedra never went out of her way to do anything with anybody. She's always self. And she went out of her way several times to make Kenya comfortable. For what? What was your motive for that? So, I said it. You can tweet me if you don't agree, but I believe that she was definitely in the bedroom with the other two.
That's interesting. I can see that.
She just went out of her way. And let's talk about somebody else that's going out of their way. King James. Do we care that he's moving to Cleveland? I don't understand.
Hell no. I'm not really concerned.
I had to watch ESPN for like 2 hours, and all they kept showing was people burning his jersey. Somebody was crying. The bar owner was upset. What happened? What about the recession? Why isn't anybody crying about the recession? Why are we crying because he's going back to Cleveland?
I really don't understand it. I mean, that's like being at a job for 7 years. I'm calling everybody to the lunchroom and saying, I got an announcement to make. I don't want to be at this job no more. I apply somewhere else. I'm out of here. And I'm thinking, well, we all have the right to change our minds and change our careers and leave. And I think he had the right to do that. And he just called his old employee and was like, yo, y'all still got some positions open? Yeah, man, we do. Come on over. And he went in the cafeteria and was like, I'm back. And everybody's like, yeah, so what the hell's the big deal?
I'm not sure, but I'm completely over it.
It's really okay. It's all good.
Congratulations to him and Savannah, though. They're having a baby girl, his wife.
Okay, then. All right, word up.
That's cute.
That's nice. Is this their first baby?
That's the third baby.
Oh, I'm sorry. And that's right. I don't have a Twitter account, so I don't know. I don't.
Or you're not watching ESPN.
No, I don't. Not since I've been on my own.
Okay.
Yeah, usually that happens when you're making Alfredo and chicken. At 10:45, you're watching ESPN for 2 hours.
All right. Well, I don't even think it was actually Friday, but I'll take that. But let's talk about somebody else who's just as bitter as I am right now.
Who?
Meek Mills. He is going to jail for one. So everybody's saying Payback is a mug because all week he's been upset that Wale has not tweeted out about his song. He's not helping him with promo or anything. So I think the hashtag was not MMG or no MMG, but whatever it was, he has been bitter all week. So finally he went to court. And so the judge ended up sentencing him to 3 months because he violated his parole by visiting an inmate in prison.
Wow, that's crazy.
So yeah, Payback is crazy, but why is there a petition out saying free Meek?
Well, 3 months is not a long time.
And it's probably only going to do 60. And if you're really from that part of Philly, all right, cue the question. You can chime in on that. I think he'll be okay.
I think so too, but I mean, he was visiting someone in jail. What's wrong with that?
Apparently, the government doesn't think that that's okay. I mean, I don't know that law. This is one of the laws I can't chime in on, but apparently it was not okay.
Wow, that's crazy.
Pretty much. And I don't know about the petition. I think it's senseless. And I'm trying to figure out, why don't we start real petitions opposed to freeing people from jail and talking about ignoring. Have you heard that about Kim Yang? No. That she never has her baby, so they call her Ignori because they say nobody's paying the baby no attention.
Oh no, really?
Which is true. I've never seen a picture often with the baby. So I don't know.
Maybe she wants to remain private. What's wrong with that?
Well, okay, that's one thing, but you still, Beyonce is, well, she's coming out of her shell, but she's kind of private, but you always see Lil Blue.
Well, she's touring right now with her husband. They're
prior to that,
the big touring parents of the time. So I guess that you have to see the baby from time to time because they're together and they're touring, and this is a big tour.
But you see the baby all the time now.
Well, she's a cutie.
Yes. But, okay, we're going to sum this up real quick because all I'm trying to figure out is why are they talking about a 2-year-old's hair?
I really don't understand that because a baby, come on, yo. Like, that's crazy.
I think that's the stupidest thing. First of all, she's a baby. Mm-hmm. Second of all, she could buy the world combs, okay, if we want to just keep it real.
Yeah.
So they don't want to put the baby hair in a ponytail. I think because of who Beyonce is and what she represents so often, you should be happy that she's not doing that to the baby.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see her taking pictures with Gucci shoes on.
I like that.
She wears Tim's. The baby is so plain, which gives kudos to Beyonce because when you see her, she's all jazzed up. But she's letting you know you don't have to be like that.
Yeah.
You can be free and the baby doesn't have to wear all of these designer clothes.
Yeah.
And who cares?
No one cares.
I don't.
No,
I think we all should give them compliments, just like OBC Jersey. Shout out to Jersey for the intro, and the new song is called Compliments, only on Consider This.
If you partied at Hammer Jack's on a Sunday night in the 90s, then this event is for you. Radio on Fire proudly presents the Super Sunday Classic.
Huh? What?
You heard me right. Super Sundays at Hammer Jack's returns for one night only with all the original DJs. DJ Booby, DJ Kenny B, DJ Patrick, along with Super DJ Big L. It's the Super Sunday Classic Day Party going down at Oxygen. Sunday, August the 10th from 4 to 9 p.m. You remember how we did it back in the day? Well, the legendary party returns, banging all your favorites. Classic club music, old school hip-hop, classic R&B, and much, much more. Super Sundays at Hammer Jack's returns August the 10th to Oxygen, 10 South Calvert Street in downtown Baltimore. Live on stage, Big Rhea performs her #1 smash, Hey You Knuckleheads. It's the party you've been asking for, the Hammer Jacks reunion, celebrating the birthdays of Diamond K, Love Jones, Herbie, and all Leos. Drink specials all night long, and the dress code is comfortable, so wear what you want to wear. Finally, a party is here playing the music that you love. Advance tickets only $10, and you can get them right now at radioonfire.com. It's the Super Sunday Classic and Hammer Jacks reunion going down Sunday, August the 10th, 2014 from 4 to 9 p.m. For more info, contact 404-436-1277. It's the Hammer Jacks reunion.
And you're tuned in to Consider This.
All right, y'all, we are back. Shout out to Sam Smith. I just love him. That was Money on My Mind that you just heard. Right now, we're going to get into a little bit of hot topics. And one hot head, which would be Columbus Short. Don't get it twisted with Christopher Columbus. They're two different people.
Right.
So apparently, in the last, we'll just say 7 months, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He's just been lunching out. And if you're not from DC, that just means going wild. What is it called in Baltimore? I don't know. So whatever it is, when somebody's just acting out, whatever your slang is, that's what he's been doing. He's 31 years of age, has a wife and a daughter. But one thing that was the craziest that TMZ just kept playing over and over again was the dude that he allegedly, because we're not sure that he did this, but he punched the guy and knocked him out at the bar for slapping his wife with a $20 bill. Do you think it's really possible to get slapped with a $20 bill?
Absolutely not. I cannot imagine the scenario in my mind. Word up.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just saying, I think that he's drinking too much. I think that he's demonstrated on several occasions that he's not managing this well. He'll go drinking. He might be an alcoholic.
He admitted that.
Which makes him sensitive to alcohol, meaning that he might have 1 or 2 drinks, and that's it for him. And he starts seeing black. So I don't know who was right or wrong in this situation. I just think that the bottom line is that this dude probably needs some help.
Well, he did admit on Access Hotline, yeah, little Billy Bush, that he did have a drinking problem. However, this man is no stranger. Felton happens to be his nephew's uncle. So this isn't a stranger that he just punched. They know each other. So how do you know that they don't have a history?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
This guy could be a jerk.
It could be, but it doesn't excuse the fact that he is a public figure. He's on the #1 show on ABC, okay?
And it also doesn't take away from him being human.
No, it doesn't take away from that.
So if I got a cousin that's always getting on my nerves, now you in the bar, you really getting on my nerves because you drunk. You might have slapped my wife in the face. Now I'm going to punch you in your face because that's what I would have did if we was in the house. But right now we in the club or the bar, and now everybody can see, i.e. Chris Brown and Rihanna. They've been fighting, okay? It was only because the paparazzi was there, to which it became problem, i.e. Evelyn and Ocho Cinco or Chad Johnson or whoever he's called. She admitted that they had fought before. They had physical altercations, but it wasn't until she had a mark on her forehead is when she changed her mind. So we also got to be conscious of the things that we don't see.
Oh, that's true.
But he did admit to having a drinking problem. So I'm not going to take that away from him. But I think sometimes, just like Kanye with the paparazzi, how you have some people that just pick. What are you supposed to do?
I mean, I'm all for defending yourself. I'm all for standing up for your wife. All of those things are totally understood. But at the same time, when he's drinking too much and he's out in the public eye and he's also on the fence with the show, because I believe that he was probably been warned a few times, get your stuff together, Joe, or you ain't going to be on the show no more.
Okay.
So when all of these things are up in the air and your career could be ended on another Shonda Rhimes joint, because let's not forget our man Isaiah Washington, he has some challenges too. He was on Grey's Anatomy, he lunched out and he got fired. So I don't know what kind of energy she brings to African American actors, but the bottom line is he was definitely in a position to to not do what he did. You have to be responsible as a star. When you sign on, unfortunately, your life is public. And you got to watch what you do, yo. You can't go in the bar and cuss people out and throw 20s and smacking people. You can't do none of that.
True.
Especially as an African American actor, okay? You better.
But we should be held on the same stance that everyone else is held on. We named like 7 different actors. We talked about Dave Chappelle. You could talk about Cat Williams. I mean, there's so many people that it happens to. You're human. You're going to respond, but because you're in that spotlight at that moment, things pop off. And let's talk about something else that's popped off.
What?
Laverne Cox.
Oh,
the transgender actress.
Yes.
From The Orange is the New Black. Now,
yes.
I know that you're familiar with the season 1.
Yes.
But tell her, is everyone a lesbian on this show? I don't know what this show is about.
No. Not all of the characters are lesbians. And I think her particular character, she has a twin brother, Laverne Cox does. And in season 1, what I remember is that her brother played her character as the man, and they did some backstory on that character because it's obviously a women's prison. And Laverne's character went through transgender before she got incarcerated. So it was just a very interesting spin, but not everybody on there are in lesbian relationships. There's one character who's involved with a guard, and she got pregnant. So there's some heterosexuals on the show. But it's a women's prison, so you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of variables can occur because of that. So
is she only transgender on the show, or
no,
was she
in real
really
life.
A man? So she doesn't have a vagina anymore?
No.
I meant a penis.
No, right. Well, let's clear that up. She has had the surgery. So she basically explained transgender as having a certain core understanding of yourself and being born with different parts. So she has had she has transitioned fully into a woman. Okay. And she's beautiful. She's absolutely beautiful.
Well, she's a little strong.
She's
but
fabulous.
She does look, She
is fabulous, though.
Okay. I've never seen the show, and I've only came into it because they were knocking her this morning, or was it yesterday when it was announced that she was nominated for an Emmy.
Yes.
Now, it's said this is crazy. I don't know who wrote this article, but it said that she was the first to be an openly transgender person to be nominated for an acting category.
Yes.
But someone else was nominated as a transgender person. Her name was Angela Morsley. She was nominated in 1990. So how is she the first one, but Angela was nominated in the 90s? Okay. I don't know who's writing this stuff.
It might be the popularity of the show.
I guess. But I guess that's a big deal. Congratulations to you, Laverne.
It's a big deal, I think.
No hater here. You should actually do a drop for the show. Well, come on, let's talk about it. I would love to learn how does the whole process work.
She would explain it. She's been doing the junket.
Because in my mind, I feel like I might have been a white man before.
Well, I don't think that's quite the same. I don't think that's trans race. It's not transracial. It's transgender.
Just because of my behavior, I'm good for certain things.
I beg to differ. No.
I think I was. Maybe in like the 1800s.
No.
I think so.
No, I think maybe Haitian. Maybe you were Haitian at one time.
Nope, I think I was European.
Oh, okay then.
I'm pretty positive of that. Like in one of the lifetimes.
How about Asian? You have chinky eyes.
So that's
since we're not being videotaped, no one can see. But her eyes are slightly almondy.
Yeah, they are almondy.
So you might have a little Asian American in your bloodstream, which is okay. That's fine.
Asians don't fight often.
No.
They're not that rebellious.
But they fight formally with kung fu. Okay, they have techniques.
Oh my God,
they have techniques. You don't go in the room fighting the Asian and you don't have a structure. What?
Oh my God, we have to love for real. I swear you need a Twitter because the joint would be bananas right now. Okay,
I'm just saying.
Kung fu.
Yes.
Well, we're gonna get into my favorite Jamaica's voice. We need to free Buju Banton. That's what we need to do.
Where is that brother?
He's in jail, but
Oh,
it's okay.
okay.
And all he really wants to do is be loved on radio on fire.com.
Hi, this is Angela Gale from Black T-Shirt Campaign, and you're tuned in to KonsiderDis.
Very brave teenager who's telling her story only to those who watch KHOU 11 News. She says that she was drugged and raped at a party, but the attack didn't stop there. In fact, someone took photos of her, then they posted them online. She says that they quickly went viral. So now she's going public to warn others. Here's our Rux Russell.
When they got into the car, they was like, come on, Jada, let's go, come with us.
It seemed harmless enough, an impromptu invite to the home of a friend, the kind of thing high school kids do all the time.
Kids hanging out.
But for 16-year-old Jada,
And I just got swooped into
what
it.
happened behind these walls
I wasn't supposed to be there.
became a nightmare.
I had no control to say no. I didn't tell anyone to take my clothes off and do what they did to me.
Jada says the teenage boy hosting the gathering offered her a drink of punch. She believes he spiked it with a drug. She says she passed out and had no clue what had happened until disturbing tweets, pictures, and videos started to appear on social media. Jada says she was raped that night. We blurred the images, but kids have been sharing them over their cell phones.
And everybody's texting me, are you okay? It's okay, Jada. You're going to be okay. And I'm just like, all right, thanks.
Houston police are investigating Jada's claims. Her mom asked not to be identified.
No one's daughter deserves this. No human being deserves this.
Reputation, that's over. She done with.
In a way, it's as though she's been assaulted twice, both here and online. And even though it's our policy not to identify rape victims, Jada refused to hide.
There's no point in hiding. Because the picture, well, everybody already seen my face and my body, but that's not what I am and who I am.
Who she is.
I'm just angry.
A young girl haunted by the reminders
I don't care.
and in pain. And Jada tells me because of all of this, she wants to be homeschooled for a while. She also wants to see her alleged attackers brought to justice.
All right, y'all, we are back. I am your girl, Misunderstood.
Yes, and I am Fro Real.
Yes, she is. And you are officially tuned in to Consider This on none other than radioonfire.com. And what you just heard was little Jada herself. And in her own words, you already know what happened. So what we're going to do is give you our opinion. We don't have to go back to the story to relive it. One thing that we were speaking about off air was the fact that she made her face known to the public. Now, my stance on that was anytime, just like a bad breakup, right? If you have friends in common, you all know the guy that you were with. He's still your friend's friend and he's your friend. And then you all break up. You may not want to see the friends again because you may kind of be embarrassed or whatever. But the point is that, as I said before, you just got to own it. I think because maybe everybody didn't know. We in DC or Baltimore didn't know who Jada was, right? All we knew was a little girl on the ground. However, by it being retweeted, reposted, half of Houston at this point knows. She's only 16 years old. She doesn't know how to manage her emotions. So I think it was very honorable for her to come out and say, look, I don't think that they should have done this to me. We could be creating a little advocate right now. Like Pac said, he doesn't have to change the world, but he can spark the brain that does. So this could start a whole anti-bullying campaign amongst teenagers, because these campaigns are normally done amongst adults. How many children are having it? So I think that's good that she did it. Again, we didn't know who she was, but you got to understand the pain that she may have been feeling in her hometown, because I'm sure everybody in Houston knew, and then all of the surrounding cities. So whether she came out or not, the point is, look, I know what happened was wrong. As she said before, she was at a friend house. Draven don't drink at nobody's house, the water, nothing. And because you just never know. Who would have thought somebody would have put something in her drink? And you had a different stance on it.
Well, I have a different stance. I just feel like, never to minimize what she went through, because rape is wrong regardless. But I guess my concern was that she was so young. She is very impressionable. And social media is so, it's a gift and a curse to us in a way.
Yes.
And I kind of feel bad that whoever decided to post this against her will did that. But at the same time, I was just concerned about her coming to speak out about it. It was almost like she put a face to something that we didn't know was attached.
That nationally didn't know.
The nationally didn't know, you know what I'm saying? But her family may need to relocate as a result of this. People are crueler now more than ever, and her entire situation is now public, which is really too bad. So, to your point, though, I agree. Maybe this is an advocate. If she has good power behind her and she has the right support and there's positive people behind her, then she can take this and run into it. Remember the young lady who had HIV like 30 years ago? Mm-hmm. She had a very pretty name, but anyway, I'm sorry, I forget. But she spoke out about HIV awareness really young. She was like 5 or 6 when she did, and she continued to speak out about it. So that was something that we were ashamed of back then, and she came and stood in the front and said, hey, this is what I have, and it's not, it's no stigma, and I'm still living my life. So she did change some lives, and maybe this young lady will too. I hope so.
I think it's positive, and I think it's dope that she came out in reference to it.
Yeah.
Somebody else that came out that probably shouldn't have came out, Mimi and Nico.
Lord have mercy.
What?
I don't know. Okay. So what upset me about watching the show was this young lady sat on TV and tried to make a scene. She tried to position the hell out of her decision to do this video. I don't want to watch it. I got a daughter.
But baby, you gotta do it.
Yeah.
This is for us.
Man, I done watched it 5 times. What's the problem? I couldn't, we talked about going to jail on these reality shows.
Yeah, it
wouldn't work. My whole disposition would have changed if I seriously did not know that this dude.
I don't see how she could have been so calm.
It's no way in the world. Have anybody ever done have you ever done may I ask, misunderstood? I hope this is not out of the box question, but have you ever participated in audio, visual, propagandas?
Well, none that I know of.
Exactly. But can you imagine? I mean, that's mine as well. Sort of, kind of.
Depends on how well I was doing.
It depends. Well, wait a minute. Okay, well, Mimi may feel the same way because from what I hear,
if I look like a champ, I mean, I might not have mind, but I'm just playing Draven. We're gonna cut this part off.
Yeah, we're just gonna. So anyway, I guess the bottom line with that whole situation is, man, we all got to be careful. Like when you think you ain't being videoed, you really got to know the people you go to bed with.
But that's just like people taking pictures of you now. Like how many? Well, you're never on social media, but I don't know how many times that I have seen someone sneak a picture of somebody on a bus.
Like
and
what?
may have been like
under your dress or something like that.
See where her mind is at, y'all.
Wait a minute.
No, we're not. We're not. I'm talking about just like of your outfit.
My feet.
And be like, like you said, Jay Electronica is always ashy. So imagine him being on the bus, somebody snap a picture of his leg and be like, yo, this dude just came out the house with no lotion on. Y'all see this. But people do that all the time. So you never know when you're being photographed.
Ooh, it's dangerous.
It's all over social media.
Wow.
Somebody took a picture of this guy at my job because for whatever reason he decided to wear sandals. Don't ask me why, because I want to come in with a blanket wrapped around me.
He had on mandals.
He had on mandals, and the girl took a picture of him and was like, yo, why does this dude have on open-toe shoes? So I'm like, I don't know. But, she put it on Instagram.
I would die 1,000 deaths if somebody took a picture of my feet. Oh, my God.
Yeah, little kitty cat. Not 1,000.
Ooh, 1,000 deaths. What? Oh, no.
Yeah, but you never know. Like, you could be on somebody's Instagram right now that you're not even friends with and wouldn't even know unless they repost the picture.
That would be so upsetting.
It would, but it happens all the time.
So we live in very interesting times. I would just say, man, we all got to be careful. We got to know who we with, and you need to watch your back on the metro. And Lord,
just keep your best face forward, some clean underwear, and keep your toes polished.
That's what Grandma used to say. Put some clean drawers on. You never know what's going to happen today.
You never know if you're walking up the stairs. You could be on the escalator at Woodley Park. I mean, you never know. So just always be ready because it could be. That's why I never wear short dresses if I catch the train. I didn't catch the train. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I drove to Baltimore.
I was just wondering. I was like, wait a minute, misunderstood.
I drove here.
Oh, okay, word up. Word up.
Okay, so yeah. So children, ladies, girls, all teenagers.
Brothers too.
Brothers too, yeah, because women are sneaking stuff in your drinks too.
Wow. Really?
Yes.
Give me the number.
I better watch for real, okay? Because she is ready. She has a bottle of ready.
I didn't know women were doing that to men.
Yes, they do it to men too.
That's powerful. Can you imagine that?
But this is my question, and we have a man in here that is choosing not to speak today. But my question was, if you are under the influence in that way, may have had an experience with a man that was intoxicated, it's not going to come up.
What's not going to come up?
That.
What?
His manhood.
Which part of his manhood?
Are you serious? The penis, Candace. How is he going to have an erection if he's under the influence?
It depends on what you give him.
Because a woman, we can just lay there. We don't have to do anything.
Yeah, but it depends on what you give him.
I mean, how do you know what the drug is going to do? You can't give him a Viagra and a sleeping pill at the same time.
I would. That would defeat the purpose. Why would I drug you and you're not going to be up? Why would I do that? What would be the point of that?
Y'all better watch the lady with the big fro. I think she's ready.
Never do that. I would want a willing participant. I wouldn't want to be with anybody that's just laying there looking crazy.
Or you can always shout out the lady in Chinatown. She has these pills, right, that you can put in. But hopefully this is somebody that you're dating, because we're not condoning any of this.
Yes, of course not.
For your partner, if you want to spice it up and he's not open to it, the pills are $3.75.
What are the pills going to do?
Well, they have a donkey on it.
That Ciroc can't do. What?
This is Chinese medicine, and the Chinese outlive everybody. So you better get ready.
But they're smaller. We're talking about,
the pills work.
Okay, in what kind of way?
In a happy kind of way.
Okay, Hennessy can't make you happy?
No, because Hennessy for some is going to turn down for what? All the way.
Not turn
everybody
over.
Don't turn up or
with
over.
Alcohol?
No.
But I think for the most part, I mean, the streets dictate that that's a good drug. Alcohol.
The Chinese lady is a good drug, and she's cheaper. It's $3.75. You get like 4 pills.
It's like a root, or it's a drug. It's a
really
pill.
You can open it and shake it if he's not into that.
What if your man got high blood pressure? Is it going to be okay?
It's a natural.
You know, 95% of African American men.
Wait a minute, I can't do this.
Have high blood pressure.
I can't do this right now.
I mean, I'm just saying. What if you do?
Okay, it's natural. It's just a natural sedative, and he'll be fine.
Does he have to drink a lot of water?
No, he ain't gonna even know.
All right then, I don't need no pills to make him. We don't need to do that. There's many things that you can do to get your dude to participate. And we can talk about that another time. But name one now.
One. See how she thinking? The pill would have had him already. You see what I'm saying?
It's the art of seduction, yo. You gotta bring the old school back. Why do you think I have this afro?
Wait a minute.
You gotta bring it back.
It's superpowers in a fro.
It's not superpowers in the fro, but it's about owning your sexuality. It's like letting him know, like having a man look at you a certain way. It's an art to seduction. What?
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a part 2 on this.
Yeah, we'll do that now. What?
But until then, what we need you to do is log on to radioonfire.com for advertisement, sponsorship, and your opinion. Because I don't know how we got on hypertension, but she said 95% of the African American community.
I'm saying
we're gonna work on that. We're gonna do some health tips and stuff coming up.
All right then.
Yeah, so we can save y'all life and and help you out. Shout out to Jada though. I'm proud of her standing up for what she believed in. And since I'm in Baltimore, even though I'm pronouncing it wrong, we got Boss Man coming up right now. Land of the O, aka Travis Devon. Only on Consider This.
Awesome.
This is He's Known, and I'm from the Black T-Shirt Campaign, and you're tuned in to Consider This.
All right, y'all, we are back again. You are tuned in to Consider This Radio, only on Radio on Fire. Miss For Real, did you enjoy yourself this evening?
I did. I had a ball. Thank you for having me.
Yes, we're going to have you back because you are definitely amazing.
Well, thank you. You are amazing as well. You are amazing as well.
Too bad you don't have any social media to give out at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to work on that.
We definitely would like to thank Fro Real and the Fro and all of her many thoughts for coming on Consider This today. Don't forget to log on now to radioonfire.com. We are also on demand anytime, anywhere. Just log on and download the Stitcher app. We are also available with ISO, Android, Nook, iPad, and in over 4 million cars or dashboards. Radio on Fire also broadcasts on iTunes, YouTube, and other digital outlets. So please take a moment to give us a 5-star rating or review. It really helps us with our rating. All right, so you all have been tuned in to Consider This, only on Radio on Fire, where social networks meet talk radio. We'd like to give a shout out to our last 3 songs of the closeout today, which is Chanel West Coast. We like her little song Alcohol. You also got Rod Lee, Be Dancing Our Problems Away. And Miss Cherry Lala, y'all, for when we be making love when For Real is dropping those pills in your liquor, okay? Don't forget to follow me everywhere, KonsiderDis, and I will be on your timeline in just a few minutes, all right? I am your girl, Misunderstood, and y'all have officially been considered.